It's a big night of high school sports in our community. The News 8 Highlight Zone starts now.
Good evening. Hope you are enjoying the game. Welcome to a special halftime edition of the News 8 Highlight Zone. I'm Greg WAVRUNEK.
And I'm Brian McLuhan for your halftime entertainment, because that's what we do. Highlights from 12 games on the opening Friday night of the high school football season. We begin on the north side. Lacrosse Logan playing host to Eau Claire Memorial. Rangers down 21-0 in the third quarter. They need a play and get the ball into the right hand. CJ Siegel fields the punt, and he will go downfield with some open space. Takes it 71 yards. He's going to go down to the turf at the 16 after a couple penalties. Matthew Escher to Gunnar Parcher. 4-yard score, extra point missed, 21-6 game. Memorial, they're going to answer back. Keegan Colgera gets away from the pressure, rolls out to his right, looks downfield and fires it to Calvin Tanner. Tanner will fall into the end zone, 40-yard pitch and catch, 28-6 game. Next, Rangers possession, 4th and goal at the 9. Escher looking for someone, taken down for the sack. The final in this one, Eau Claire Memorial 35, Logan 6. Lacrosse Central debuts their new exciting offense hosting Eau Claire North, and it was all Red Raiders tonight. 90 seconds into the game, Johnny Davis up top to brother Jordan, 42-yard touchdown grab. However, Jordan would leave the game with a severe ankle injury. We wish him the best. Central still going hard for their fallen teammate Greg Kohler behind center, goes up the middle for a 2-yard score, a 2-point conversion, makes it 16-0. Still in the first, the aerial attack continues. Davis to Zach Luth. Can't stop these guys, sets up 1st and goal at the 1-yard line. They call Kohler's number again, bullies in for a second score, 24-0 with 5 minutes left in the first. This used to be a running team, right? Central 45, Eau Claire North 7.
Offense looking good in week 1. Holman hosting Chippewa Falls Vikings, winning 4 of the past 5 meetings. 2 of those games won just by a single point. Mid-first quarter, Holman gets on the board first. Drew Becker, 10 yards for the touchdown. A big night for Chippewa Falls senior halfback Cody Minen. He begins right here in the second quarter. 40-yard score gives them their first lead of the ball game. Right back comes Holman, handoff to Mitchell Torrid, and he takes it 47 yards to pay dirt. Vikings back in front, 16-14. Back and forth we go. Little inside reverse to Minen. This time he goes 70 yards for the touchdown. He finished the game with 3 TDs and 197 rushing yards. Chippewa Falls up 21-19 at the half. Opening kickoff of the second half. We saw Drew Becker rush one in earlier, and this time takes back a kickoff, 91 yards. Teams would alternate touchdowns once again after that. A Mitchell Torrid touchdown with under 3 minutes to play gives Holman a 34-28 win. A couple MVC versus Cooley showdowns on tonight's schedule. Great matchup here as West Salem travels to Arcadia. Second quarter, here's West Salem. They're up 17-0, looking for more. Quarterback Ryan Byrne fakes the handoff and takes it all the way. They're now up 23-0. Next, West Salem drive. They're still hot. Handoff to junior Brendan Holt. He gets it to the 1-yard line before being taken down. 2 plays later, and senior Matthew Bigley takes this one over the line. Panthers have a dominating 30-0 lead at the half. Second half, a glimmer of hope for Arcadia. They force a fumble, recovering the football in Panthers territory. But what a job by the West Salem defense. No points allowed in this one. Panthers win 37-0.
Time to go to Sparta. The Spartans hosting Black River Falls. First quarter action, Sparta's Greg Jacobs takes the handoff 41 yards and scores the first TD of the year for the Spartans. They lead 7-0. Next possession for Sparta. Bryce Edwards takes the handoff and from 6 yards out, 14-0 Sparta. Sparta looking good early. Second quarter, Tigers try to call their way back into it. Elliott Beard, long pass to Isaac Cows to set up 1st and goal, but Sparta clamps down on defense, getting the stop here on 4th and goal. Spartans go on to win 28-13 over BRF.
Toma is at home to take on Mauston. First half is winding down. The Timberwolves come up with a big sack to force a punt. Toma can't capitalize after that, so they have a lead at the break, 18-14. Mauston back in control. Tyler Jerzyk breaks free for 14 yards into the end zone, and Mauston has a 21-18 lead. But this game keeps going back and forth. Connor Prelip lasers the ball to Peter Bray, who goes just across the goal line. It's the 7th lead change of the game. Toma up 4, and the Timberwolves able to build on that lead. Prelip connecting with Trey Genevico in the corner of the end zone. Toma goes on to win by a final of 32-21. The defending MVC champion Onalaska Hilltoppers opening up the new season with back-to-back road games out of our area.
Onalaska's first home game won't come until their MVC opener against Holmen on September 1st. Tonight, the Hilltoppers at River Valley, and Onalaska's offense looks like they didn't skip a beat over the offseason, 41-19 the final. So let's get over to Onalaska Luther as the Knights host Blair Taylor. Third quarter, Blair Taylor's Colton Schley takes the handoff 2 yards for a touchdown, and we're tied at 7. And we're going to be showing the ensuing kickoff because you know something good is about to happen. There's Luther's Josh Miller, catches the line drive kick, and he's going to take off. Officially a 70-yard touchdown, but he ran about 100 side to side. Knights, they go back up on top, 14-7.
A lot of nice
Fourth
blocking
quarter,
on that
a little
play,
more
too.
Luther. A lot more running. This time it's Eric Rogers takes the handoff 63 yards to Pater. Knights lead by 2 touchdowns, but the Wildcats, they're not giving up yet. Schley takes it in for another score to pull within a touchdown, but they don't get any closer than that. Luther opening up the year with a 24-14 victory.
VIROQUA making the drive to take on Whitehall. First quarter action, VIROQUA with the football on the 14. Quarterback Ryan Hanna will break some tackles and take this in for the first points of this game. Later on in the quarter with the score 8-0, Whitehall will go and strip the ball for a fumble, keeping it just a one-possession ball game, and that would lead to this play. Parker Winja finds Tristan Wolford down the line for 6 points. They'll make the 2-point conversion, ties it up early on, and this one goes to overtime. Whitehall wins it by a final of 42-34. Westby, how about this? A nice way to start this season. A 15-14 victory over last year's state runner-up Darlington.
Pepin Alma and Cochrane Fountain City are a pair of perennial playoff teams.
Yeah, both programs have been fixtures in the postseason since 2009. Only one will start off the new season with a victory. Pepin Alma has won this season opening matchup the past 4 years. In the first quarter, Pepin Alma strikes first. Michael Sandstrom runs it in from the 5-yard line on 1st and goal. 2-point conversion would be good, and it's 8-0 Eagles. Pirates waste no time firing back. Ensuing kickoff, Cole Nesbitt breaks to the outside for the score. Ties it at 8. Second quarter, the pass intercepted by Pepin Alma. Big defensive play, stops the drive, keeps it tied. Then on the first drive of the third quarter, CFC punches it in from the 1-yard line. Quarterback Tate Murdy. And CFC, it's all them in the second half as they win 32-8. Defending Ridge and Valley champion Ithaca opening up 2017, hosting Catchton. First quarter, Ithaca busts the door wide open. Elijah Smith takes the pitch to the outside. Bust to daylight, showing the wheels and rolling 90 yards to the end zone. That puts Ithaca on top 6-0, but Cashton showing what they can do on offense. Cole Ripley steps back to pass and drops a dime into the hands of Brady Butzler all the way to the 10-yard line. The drive is capped off then with a 1-yard burst by Garrett Olson, tying the game up at 6, but the Bulldogs come right back. Cade Rose now picks up some blocks and bolts 21 yards to the house, putting Ithaca up 12-6, and Ithaca wins this one.
Another Ridge and Valley versus Scenic Bluffs showdown as Kickapoo LaFarge hosts New Lisbon. This game over at halftime. Lisbon leading 56-6 at half. Third quarter, Rockets on the move again. Isaac Labutta picks up the first down, but that drive would stall. New Lisbon's defense stout all night. Jake Rogers gets to the backfield to force the fumble. Kickapoo recovers. They couldn't recover a win tonight. Lisbon takes down Kickapoo 56-22. Former conference rivals meet at Royal host Wanawak Center. Weston Panthers set the tone early. They forced the fumble on this third down run and send the offense onto the field for the first time. Royals offense takes the momentum and runs their way to the end zone. The drive is finished with a Seth Brown run up the gut. Panthers up 8. Next Panthers possession, and it's a quick one. Josh Kolajinsky hits Dwayne Heyer in stride down the sideline. Royal opens up this blowout with 16 points in the first 6 minutes. Wanawak Center, Weston 0, Royal 38.
Let's check on the remaining scores of Week 1 Friday night action. Augusta defeating Three Lakes Phelps 34-6. Wazeeka Steuben Seneca, a blowout victory 38-0. Necedah falls to Assumption, and Hillsborough getting a shutout victory over Riverdale. Well, that does it for the News 8 Highlight Zone. We'll see you next Friday night for Week 2 action.